long time ago, and now he's the worst thing that's happening to it.
Yep. Welcome back. So, you guys, I'm assuming, head back in Luke Hill after the conversation you had with the Triad?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Unless you have something better to do.
I don't know.
We need to move out of Luke Hill.
Yeah, I mean...
Where are we gonna go?
In town, is there anything else you guys want to do? Because I know you guys aren't really interested in sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, we could investigate. If you guys are up.
If there's any stuff we want to do, then Zeke and I, like, I at least, Mal does not want to sleep here again.
Oh, I don't want to sleep here particularly either, but I don't know what time. How late is it?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
I have no reason for staying here.
We got somewhere else to go.
Okay. So are you guys heading straight west from here, or do you want to take a detour, or what do you guys want to do to get there?
I mean...
Can
you show the map again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where am I? There we go.
I thought shifters. I'm like scrolled out. I thought it said shitters for us.
Yes, the shitters.
Yeah, like was somebody changing the what was on the map?
Yes. It was me all along.
Got him, guys. Got him.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really see any reason why we do anything special. Like, potentially the forest is thicker, like where the shifters like are more originated from.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not necessarily a good thing at this point. Like, it might mean the air is a little thinner, but there also might mean that there's shit tons of tentacles and shit. Like what we understood the Dryad said.
Not the fun kind.
So,
or maybe the fun kind. Got multiple female members in the party. Tentacle time.
So it's and I don't know where. No one. Everyone's good on resting up stuff. No one has any outstanding ability score damage left at this point.
Nothing that can be healed naturally.
God damn it, Other Whitney, you just got me demonetized. You can't be showing topless babies on my stream. I'm kidding. I'm making a joke about
topless. What are you talking about?
I'm making a joke about Twitch censors.
Yeah, they have to have a V-neck at least. They can have no shoulder showing.
The kids keep playing underneath my computer desk, and she just turned off my monitor for a second. I was like, no!
That's why I had to elevate the computer up a bit so it's away from the cat.
Yeah, your cat will find a way.
The toddlers.
Cats and toddlers are very similar. The difference is toddlers don't have like 2-inch long spikes that come out of their hands.
No, but their nails hurt just as frickin' bad.
But the toddlers do knock over glasses and try and electrocute everything just like
they are constantly trying to electrocute themselves more so than I think cats are. Oh my god, a toddler's like, oh, this has electricity? Can I put it in my mouth?
Yep, been dealing with that lately. Like, charging cords? Does this go in mouth? No, don't do that.
I mean, anything below, like, what is it, 20 volts is fine. It energizes them.
I don't want that to happen either.
Oh.
You don't want your children energized?
Alright, so anyway, back on topic.
Damn millennials.
The break was for this conversation. So you guys are heading due west? You don't see any reason other than the forest to not head west?
Yeah, I don't really know why we'd approach from anywhere else, and maybe the trees give us some sort of buffer region to get a little bit deeper in.
I mean, we might want to try and go around it, maybe.
I'll go around what? It's just like growing. It's like trees that are growing, and the shifters aren't currently. They're allies.
The tentacle trees. I was thinking we should
Oh.
try.
Well, if we start seeing tentacle trees, then at that point we can go around.
Okay.
I think
I'm down.
it's like presumably they're easy to spot, right? They're not just like.
Oh yeah, you'll notice like the trees in the distance starting to change pretty dramatically.
They're not like mimic trees where they're like, surprise, I'm a tentacle.
Other ones, yeah.
All right.
So I guess that'd be the plan.
Cool.
Yeah, I was imagining like cloakers in the trees.
No, it is not cloaker level of trees. That would just be me like obliterating you guys. The tree transforms and wraps you all up.
Get fucked.
Then it does some crazy shit like in Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Or like Bubba Hotep.
Man, which is worse?
Don't look any of those things up.
The song about Bubba Hotep. But
This is the song about Bubba Hotep. Does it go like that?
no, it was on a podcast I was listening to, and they like occasionally like make up random songs and stuff, and it was funnier than I'm describing it. But anyways,
Well, good. On that note, I'm gonna roll some random encounters for the road because you guys are not sticking around in Luke Hill past any amount of time, right?
Mm-mm.
That's sad.
And if we get the 100, it's the cloaker trees. They evolve.
All right.
Tom, last time you suggested something like this.
When the trees get the dire template, it turns them into cloakers.
The dire trees that apparently breathe air.
Yep.
It's true. That's what the dire template's for, Steve.
You're gonna have a zombie template, or not zombie, vampire template, just so fucking Whitney can have another shot at getting a vampire.
Ooh. So you guys are traveling through the new forest that has started to appear. You guys start getting into where it like starts getting very dense. And everybody give me a perception.
Like this.
God damn.
I don't know why this is gonna bother
Yeah.
me, sure.
Because it's funny. Yeah! 0!
I can't see at all!
Sphinx is sleeping.
Hey guys, where are we?
Hey, at least you didn't get negative.
Alright, so for those of you that get a 30, which is crazy surprising, as you start getting close, you notice that like there's a normal kind of sway to a tree, and then there's like entire big honking branches that kind of move. And one of the trees reaches down. Has a branch that seems to fall but stay connected, drop right in front of you guys as you're traveling on the cart,
Yeah, I'm gonna
blocking your way. And
point
other
out
trees
that-
kind of like move in on each other. And Pierre
These
like
trees
brings the
are
cult
alive.
to a halt.
The trees are alive.
Telling Pierre to like basically find a path around the trees, like look for a thinner area.
Who
Are these the purple trees or?
are you? No, this is regular trees.
Okay.
Pierre tries to like pull away, but the trees have kind of like started to encircle where you are. Who are you?
I'm just trying to get like how intelligent these things are. If it's like if I need to talk that slow.
I think it's probably more like the storm giant.
You
like
get the
typical.
sense that like part of the tree's slow speech is that like as you grow in size, you know this from personal experience. You've experienced that like things get sort of slower in this weird kind of way.
Okay.
As if it takes like more energy for your body to process doing something, so the slowness might be because it's just something that is so large.
I would just say that my name is Mal. These are my companions. We are friends of the forest. We are friends of the shifters. We are friends of the dryads. We're just on our way through to help deal with ugliness.
Friends of the forest, you say? What do you like about the forest?
Not that purple stuff.
I don't like that either. What do you know about the purple stuff? It is not like the sunny.
No, that it's changing, you guys.
I have heard many of my people have fallen to, well, not people, but we talk. Those that don't speak to you still speak to me.
Do I know for a fact that that was a dryad, or?
Yes.
Okay, so I would be able to call. Yeah, we spoke to the dryad not too long ago, and she was telling us a little bit about what's been going on here.
Was she? No one had told me that the dryads had been talking to other people about things. Tell me more.
We told her why we were, investigating that, and she tried to help us as much as she could.
What did she tell you?
That that they were trying to clean up the air that the purple stuff is floating around in. They were trying to plant some more trees.
So then where are you going? You seem in a rush. You move quite quickly.
Just trying to get it taken care of as quickly as possible, or at least investigate it as much as possible.
You're going to confront the darkness in the distance?
No.
Not right now.
Then what are you going to do?
Try and find out how to stop it.
You're so small, what do you think you could do if the dryads could do nothing? You are the same size, just wider.
At the very least, we could find out more information that would help us all take care of this problem.
How?
Do you know how to take down the purple air, or the things that get transformed inside of it?
Of course not.
We're hoping that maybe we can figure that out.
And what ability do you have that helps you be able to be more capable?
I sort of like, you see here, this device. Mine's bigger than a normal person's.
I've heard this thing amongst humanoids and their interest in bigger things. I know not why you concern yourself with your pathetic little trunk so much, but I do not see why this comparison is so important.
Because science is how we learn about what we do not know.
No one has ever brought up science when they speak of their trunk comparison.
Well,
They bring up how the ladies have felt about it. Whatever these ladies are.
tell me, Tree, what is 6 times 7?
What is a 6 and what is a 7?
You see, that is where you and I differ. I can tell you that 6 times 7 is
Math ain't botany.
41.
42.
41.
Did you roll that?
No, a 12 is enough to know that's 42.
Okay.
I was like, what the hell?
But there's many that are even smarter than I that might be able to.
What does this have to... What does whatever you just said have to do with your trunk size?
I did not say my trunk.
Hey.
I pointed to my head.
Right, but... Is that some method of compensating for your trunk size?
Hey,
Yes.
worst case scenario, we die and then we won't bother you anymore.
I have a small trunk, as you can see, but it
Excuse
is
me,
not
what?
my trunk. It is not my trunk that actually does the heavy lifting in my body.
What?
See, a trunk is more useful for your types that are big and need to stand upright. But I get knocked down a lot,
But you get up again.
so I need to be able to get up easily.
It's
which
as
is not
if
easy.
something cannot... Wait, I'm the tree. I'm not supposed to make
As if
that
they're
part
never
of the
going to
joke.
keep you down.
And then I get up again, and then they're just never going to keep me down.
This conversation makes me need a whiskey drink.
Okay.
Or a
What about a
vodka
vodka
drink.
drink? What about a cider drink? The tree doesn't like a cider drink.
Oh, Danny boy.
Alright, this has gotten way off the rails.
The tree started it, to be fair.
The tree misunderstood because you said yours is bigger. And the only thing it ever hears anybody say anything related to that is when, like, it hears humanoids talking to other humanoids about how, like, theirs is bigger because they're hiding out behind the trees comparing. Jesus Christ, cat. What the hell? Get out of there. Oh, God. You are such an annoying cat. No?
That's my computer's water. Stop knocking it over.
No, now she's like, I've been having Pete take a couple of my old magic boxes, and so now the cat is trying to like be where all my magic boxes were. And the problem is they're right next to cords for her to chew on and kill herself on. At this point, if the cat electrocutes itself, that's not on me anymore. I can't get the cat to move. And I can't reach my hands in there to grab it. So, if all of a sudden my computer shorts out, you know my cat is dead. So, well, you know Whitney's cat is dead. So, not this Whitney, other Whitney's cat. Well, actual Whitney, not other Whitney. This cat is dead. Why do you both have to have the same goddamn name? Alright. Anyway, getting back to it. Sorry for that.
Just call her Whitney Jr.
No, because according to Face, Whitney Jr. is just for me.
Or if you're gonna do that, you could just call her Whit Joe.
I don't like any of these.
Hi, you're back. You didn't kill yourself. Thanks for not doing that. Because that would have been really hard to explain to Whitney. Alright, so. Well, I'm not sure how all of this really helps me understand why you want to travel there. What do you think you're going to gain from this?
We can't learn about these things if we do not have something to study.
Your watchers are texting me saying, "Hi, Whit Joe," now.
What?
When a new plant grows in your woods.
That's your problem for giving them your phone number. Not mine.
It's Justin Jose. Jose just texted me going, "Hi, Whit Joe." Why won't my phone unlock?
You don't need it to unlock. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Dan?
When a plant grows in your woods, a new one, how do you learn from it? You talk to it or watch it.
As I am doing with you now.
And as we are in Altia, we are not close enough to learn from these things, these purple ugly things that infect the woods. We have to be closer.
So you wish to talk to the purple?
We don't think they will talk. That's not the type of science we wish to do on these things.
What do you wish to do?
I twirl Ayun for a moment. Diplomacy.
I've seen what happens when your type says diplomacy with the blade out.
Yeah.
It ends in many of your kind lying on the ground and never awakening.
Well, that is our choice.
Well, I'm glad that the tree didn't assume we were talking about taking a blade to it.
Well, I wish you good luck in your endeavors. Thank you for what you've shared. And the trees kind of separate again, and the branch that fell lifts back up. And you may pass.
All right.
That's interesting.
And after some time and a couple of days of rest, you will start to approach a deep purple that you see in the distance. Yeah, it's about 80 miles. You will start to notice a deep purple of the ground starts to form into in the distance, and you can notice that the sky starts to gradually change in tint. It's still blue, and then slowly starts to like fleck with little bits of kind of a slight mauvish color, and then slowly moves its way towards a more purplish color. How far in do you guys want to go before you stop? Or do you want to just press on fearlessly?
The sun doesn't even penetrate through this anyways, right? Like
the sun kind of starts to diffuse the further you get into it.
So there is some sunlight coming through.
For where you're at right now. Once you don't know what it's like once you fully cross the threshold and the sky no longer has any blue left in it.
So like, presumably then we'd be getting towards it at the end of a day, so I'd just say rest and then try and go in when it's actually light out.
Okay.
How far up in the sky is this?
It's like the air has kind of permeated, because you notice that like everything you see has a little bit of a like purplish tint, like there's a purple haze in the air, almost as if it might be in your mind. Maybe things don't just seem the same.
So it's not like just like a blanket of it up in the sky or anything. It's like the entire area itself, or
yeah, it feels like it might just fall endlessly. Whatever it is, that air might have a spell on you. Sorry.
I get enough of that reference to figure out what you're talking about, sort of.
But you guys can rest on sort of the outskirts of it overnight. And let's see.
Follow the tree's orders with the plant in a jar.
Okay.
Periodically.
I'm making sure that we station the wagon right next to like a tree or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Want it to be like sort of a clear area.
You can kind of nestle things up, and you'll get a good amount of rest for the night. Like
does it
Sphinx
appear
is doing right now.
Does it appear to be like any kind of movement with the purple stuff in the air, or is it like mostly stationary?
No, the transition is very, very gradual. So like you don't really realize you're starting to like move into it immediately. You just, like I said, start noticing flecking, and then like everything starts to gradually tint towards being purple.
Okay. I just didn't want to like park a little too close to it and have it get our campsite.
Yep.
Well, I'll ask if somebody can stay up for 2 hours, and then I'll cover the rest of the watch.
Okay.
I've got this ring O sustenance. Oh, nice job, by the way.
Thank you.
Ooh.
All right. So you guys can all rest up, setting up the watches in what order? Because a lot of you need 8 hours for spellcasting.
Yeah, I'd do it first, and then I'd let Cassius do the rest.
Well, I guess I could see if Zeke would be willing to stay up for 2 hours, because you don't have any kind of spellcasting, right?
No, and I mean now I got some low light vision, so I can actually
Okay.
watch.
Awesome.
Well, either way, you'll find that there is not any real thing that happens over the night of any worry or concern.
That's good.
And you guys will mount up in the cart and start to move your way into the color ahead.
Keep your eyes peeled, people. Remember, our purpose is to find just a few organisms, capture and get out.
What have you done with that plant that they gave us? Are we supposed to? Were we supposed to like do that in advance?
That's if we're planning on resting in the purple area.
I thought it took a while to like grow, right?
Yeah, but
Not
are
very
we,
long.
like,
It's within hours.
Oh, I thought it was days. My bad.
No.
Full grown takes days.
Okay, but they
there
said
will
it still
be-
works. Okay. I'll try to keep this this other plant as bottled up as I can when we're in here.
Very good.
Actually, could I keep it in my my bandolier? Is with the extra dimensional space? Would that be an issue?
Yeah,
or-
because it can store that. That is fine.
Okay, so that way it's not impacted by it at all, theoretically.
Don't know if it's relevant, but Sphinx, I would ask you to cast Ignorance Invisibility.
When you cast Ignorance Invisibility, I am going to need you to give me a concentration check. If you're wondering, concentration should be on your caster sheet. Okay. You are able to successfully cast this. As you start to move into the area, you can start to see what looks like the places where trees might once have grown, but there are instead these long black and purplish tentacles that grow up from the ground. Some in clusters of singles, some in clusters of few. It's peppered as if they were trees long ago. You can see in the distance these large and small pods of various different types, tinted with a soft purplish color, as the ground you walk upon slowly turns from soil into a sort of sinew and almost skinish texture. And its tint gradually moves from the browns and greens to soft flecks of purple, and then into long strands of sinuous purple that spread throughout the ground, with soft hints of pinkish and reddish that flow through them. Maybe a hint of silver here and there. Those of you that are arcanely attuned will find a weird feeling kind of poking at the energy that you know that you kind of keep inside you that lets you channel forth your spells. Something prodding at it, trying to like unstring it from you almost. As if there are invisible tentacles wrapping around parts of you from the inside and trying to pull them out.
Zeke feels comfortable, like he's home.
Spellcasters are getting fucked. Zeke's like, yes. I'm almost there. Tell me more, Steve.
I'm going to bring up Aravos's character sheet because every hour that you're in here, I'm going to need a will save from you. And every hour that you're in here, you're going to, if you do not successfully save, lose a d4 spell points. And every hour that you do successfully save, you're going to lose 1 spell point.
Now you said arcane. Are you talking straight arcane casters, or you mean that to use anyone who uses magic?
I'll get to divine in a moment.
Oh, okay.
I'm not excited about that.
Fun for you.
Let's start with some will saves from the arcane casters.
Yay. I am arcane, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Okay. I'm going to need you to lose
My soul. Got it.
4 spell points.
Oh, is that all?
Ooh.
OJ's back.
We do have a token, so I'll just track it on my token. on the main world map.
Let me
No.
fix some cameras here now that he's here. If he ever gets his camera up and working.
Yeah, he connected audio. So,
It's the Pegasus poacher.
Come on, thank you. Hello, hotel boy.
Hello, hello.
Can you bring your volume up a little bit?
I can try speaking louder.
That's a little better. Just very soft. SAWFT. So you missed your first will save, but I don't. Did you hear what was happening?
Briefly.
Okay. As you're for every hour that you're in this area, you're going to lose. You need to make a will save. Success means you lose 1 point of your 1 spell point. Failure means you lose a D4 spell points. Your spell points will reset after resting, but they will still. You'll still be incurring the penalty over that time, so you won't get your full spell points back, but you'll get like a bunch of spell points back as kind of a collective group.
Wait, so you said a success means you lose points?
You lose 1 point. A failure
You
means
lose
you
less.
lose a D4. No matter what the tentacles
Oh, yeah,
that kind of pull on your inner arcana continue to stretch. Those of you that are divine casters or that have your powers granted to you by the deities above will find that your connection feels more distant than it ever has. You'll feel a lost connection of sorts. The closer you get to the mountains, the greater your percentage of spell failure will be.
Am I at 23 health on purpose?
No, you should be at full health.
Okay.
I just didn't reset your your hit points.
Has this been communicated to the party that spellcasters are getting fucked right now?
Oh, they're just now experiencing it. You guys are just crossing into the Kosh Reach.
Okay.
yeah, Zeke approved. He felt like this was home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm re-emphasizing again. Keep your eyes peeled. We just need to get some living organism, potential, like ideally a couple, but like we can't be in here long.
Everybody, I'm gonna roll a party perception. Let's see what we get. And can I get a... Actually, you do not need a will save. Sphinx's ring starts glowing very brightly. And as it glows... Sorry, I forgot the way that this ring works.
Do you have a ring?
Huh? It was one of the items you were given by Heracles.
Fuel was called Arachnid, I heard.
And I need you to give me a D20 plus your caster level.
Oh, alright, I can't figure out my tabs in. Like, fantastic.
Miraculous.
So, do you...
Yeah, /R space D20 plus 6. Or 7, I think, because you're 7th level. Okay.
Fantastic.
You're not quite sure what it is that seems to be trying to hone in on you. But it doesn't feel friendly.
Is there anything I can discern from seeing this ring glow? Is it like, can I see if there's like a magical, like, can I identify a spell being used?
Yeah, so you were given by Eraclus a list of all of the items that each character was given. Okay. So you would know that Sphinx's ring lighting up means that something is watching you from a distance.
Oh.
Which one of the 4 things is it?
So wait, only I know this, right?
Yes.
And Sphinx, I guess?
Sphinx and you would know this because you both know what the ring means.
I would let the party know this.
Okay.
Well,
Do we think it's evil? Do we want it watching us?
We 100% know it's probably evil. This shit's like that. These things literally ripped our ability scores away from us as they sucked our energy out.
I don't know if it'll do anything, but I'll give Sphinx protection from evil.
Okay. As you do so, the ring will start to fade.
Do we see any... You said we saw pods. How far away are they?
You're, coming close to some of them. Sorry, I'm just changing up some things. Give me a moment here.
We were supposed to either not do something or do something when we saw the pods, and I'm forgetting which.
Oh, you're just not supposed to wake them up and let them bite your legs.
Was this something we learned this session?
No.
Last session.
Oh, I don't recall that.
So they sense ground. So my plan would be if we get close to pods, I'm gonna try flying over near one and sort of get a better look at it.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I casted mage armor.
Okay.
For the record.
No problem. Give me a sec. I'm working with some stuff. So as you look at them, they look very skin-like. But you can see maws inside of them, and it looks like almost the entire pod is like a giant maw on the inside. But as you look a little bit closer, you can tell that there is something else that kind of resides within each of these pods, and that it is somewhat rapidly getting bigger. Not rapidly as in in the next few minutes it's going to burst free, but it's growing at much faster a rate than you would expect to see a human or some other creature grow in this kind of environment.
How big are they? Are they about the size? Basically, I'm trying to understand if it looks like they're at the size that they would survive outside of their pods, or do we need to find bigger ones?
It's hard to say here, but many of these look small so far. A lot of these look like they're probably newly grown.
Okay. Yeah, it might not be worth trying on these guys. These look like babies. I think we need one that's actually developed enough to survive outside these pods.
So do we kill them, ignore them?
I don't think we want to wake them up. I think once we wake something up, we have a very small window of time to get out. So we need to make it count.
So sorry, when we were just seeing these, is there a clear path around them, or do we have to go through them to proceed, or what's their obstacle here?
No, you guys can easily move around them. Pierre can kind of steer the cart in a way that is evasive of them.
But we were worried that they can detect the ground, if we're near
yes, if you get too close to them, it can sense movement.
We're not sure how close is close in this case, right?
Not exactly, no.
Mm.
So Pierre is keeping a wide distance. Let me grab the cart real quick from one of these.
Probably for the best.
I'm assuming the squiggles are the tentacle trees.
Yes, yes, they are. And everybody should have lighting effects on, correct?
No.
I can't see anything.
Okay. So I need to give some of you light.
Neither can I.
Okay, you guys should see the cart though now, right?
Nope.
Nope.
My lighting is good, and I can see.
Oh
the
yes,
part.
those of you that can't see, like I haven't given you your light source yet. That's one.
Oh.
Oh, I still have my own dark vision.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I got
And I copied you from the wrong thing. Sorry.
Is this my low light vision?
Not yet. No. Right now. I'm getting everybody's torches configured.
Yeah, I was just about to say my eye on stone, but you're already on it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And I don't know, like this thing sucks for dark vision, so I'm just gonna have to do it that way. It's the best way I can think of. But you guys should have a bit of a view of the landscape at this point. Does everybody, or are some people still limited?
No, it looks good to me.
Yeah, I can see, just not very far, but I do have dim light vision, right? But
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I've got my radius.
that is good. It should be somewhat limited.
Oh, okay. So you do have it set a little bit less than 60. That's what I was gonna ask.
It should be at 60. I set it 460.
It might just be because I'm not drawing well from the. Oh, because it goes from the edge. I honestly don't know where it originates from. It looks like I only have 50 because that's where I can't see anything anymore.
Yeah, I am seeing that happen, but I have you set at 60, so I don't know why.
Where do you have dim light starting?
I don't, which is how you're supposed to do it to stop it from, like, triggering that.
If you put 60-60?
I can try that. That did
seems,
it. Okay.
Well, no, it just grew it out to 50.
All right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's like a weird thing. I guess I don't know where it draws the circle from.
Yeah.
It might be some weird where it's drawn from like my back or some shit. Okay. So
I can't see the creatures. How far are they from us?
Mal, as you're moving though, as the party is moving, you can hear movement in the distance. Like something is kind of roaming around beyond you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't quite tell exactly where. There's some movement ahead of you, there's some movement to the right of you, some movement to the left of you.
But are there larger pods around here?
Just the one to the south of you that you can see.
But we have basically stumbled upon at least a larger pod at this point.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell everyone just essentially be ready.
Okay. I need to remove an Arius from the cart. That dude's not alive.
And any sorts of buffs that anyone wishes to cast them now, because I'm gonna try and retrieve an organism, and we don't have much time.
Time. I cast haste on everyone.
Okay. Everyone is hasted.
Should we just be acting initiative at this point, or is it okay to just?
Yeah. Go ahead and enter into initiative. Okay. Each of you can cast one spell before we enter initiative if you'd like, or apply one buff.
Sure. I'll activate Ayun, grow my hair, and
Okay.
Cast Smear Witches.
Okay. Let me roll Pierre's initiative. Since it could be relevant, like Pierre, please. That's the. I can't get Pierre selected, so I'm just gonna do this and see if this works. Sure. Cart works. Okay. All right. So, tell me what people are doing, starting with Aravos.
So, did I get my haste off before initiative?
You did, absolutely.
Okay. I will cast invisibility on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so sorry. I guess I'll just do this in character. What's the plan, Maldronicus? Are you just going forward yourself because you're able to fly, or are we all moving around?
I think it. Try and stay together, protect each other. I'm just gonna try and get close to one and see if I can grab. Proceed at your own risk. I would not assume that your tricks work on these things. They sense our movements in the ground. They sense our minds. I'd be very wary.
Okay. I'll use my turn to stay with the party, moving near the back, and I'll actually detect magic.
Okay. When you turn on the detect magic, your eyes have a very hard time focusing. Everything here, the air, the sky, the ground, the only thing that's not clearly magical to you, like completely clearly magical to you, are your party members. Everything else has like a layer of magic upon it.
Oof. Okay. And then I'm going to use my movement to just follow near the cart.
Okay.
I did, I guess. That's my turn.
All right, Cassius.
I suppose.
Shoot the pods.
Don't forget you're all hasted.
Shoot the pods.
Um.
Shoot the pods.
No. Not unless you're gonna force me to make a will save.
No.
I will actually delay
Okay.
until the end of the round to see what everybody else does and kind of follow whoever needs it.
So Pierre has been moving the carts very carefully, and Pierre asks, "Should I move forward?"
No, stay back.
Okay. He pulls the horses to a halt. Ra.
I'm just going to put divine favor on myself and stay here for now.
Okay. Maldronicus.
Okay. Gonna grab my Pokeball, and I'm gonna start trying to fly over to a big pod.
Move.
One that looks like it's well developed.
Move how you're moving.
And I'm flying, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What are the pods? Do I see one yet?
You see where I'm pinging? This is a pod.
Oh, those purple things.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that. I already came out here. Whatever. I guess I'll just go up to this pod then.
Okay.
I realized that was the one to the south. But I'm gonna go up to the pod and prepare to try and extract an organism.
Oh, you're moving to an entirely different pod. Okay.
Oh, can I go to the other one? Yeah, I wasn't sure.
You could have moved to the closer one or the far one. Your choice.
Okay, I'll go to the other one. I wasn't sure since I already moved, like if it was too late, but I didn't realize that this was a pod down here.
That's fine.
Okay, so then if that's the case, I'll go up to this one, and do a perception, see if there's anything big in there.
Yep. Yeah, there are a number of these that are very well developed. This might be very close to hatching a few.
Okay. Now that I've looked at them close, Can I discern any additional things about them?
Give me a knowledge arcana. No, give me a knowledge the planes if you have it. So you'll notice that a lot of this, like, goo or mucus or whatever this is that's kind of or skin or whatever this is that's growing over it, it seems to be, like, interconnected. And a tear in one might cause kind of the whole thing to tear enough that other things might start breaking free. So it might take a lot of being very delicate to get this out, and one slip could maybe wake more of them up.
Okay. If nothing's going on and people are just waiting on me, my plan would be to very carefully, just with true strikes, sort of carve very slowly and very precisely, try and carve one out.
Okay. I'm still going to need an attack roll because there is still the possibility of a botch.
That's fair. Oh, it's over here now. So I guess I'll just do two-hand attack. I'm not. Or no, I've been casting spells. So that'd be for like my first few rounds of carving. So that has plus 20 on it.
Okay. You cut into it. And you get about a quarter of the way around this pod, and you seem to have gotten in a very, very careful way, and you seem to be cutting it pretty well, but you hear a...
Sounds friendly.
Zeke?
I'll move over here and brace.
Sphinx, your ring just started glowing real bright. Even with the protection from evil going.
Freaking-tastic.
And you moved up towards the front and braced?
Yeah.
Okay. Sphinx, your action.
That makes me feel real good about this whole situation.
That sound, by the way, didn't just come from what he was cutting into. It came from the air itself around you.
Oh dear, what are we getting ourselves into this time? Gee. Oh, I have to touch him. Dang it, I should have done this before. How far away is he?
Who?
Mel.
It's in the air, so unless you're gonna fly, you probably can't touch him.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that high up. I'm just off the ground.
Well, you couldn't be off the ground to be cutting into this, so you'd have to you'd have to be on the ground level. You could have flown over there to avoid tentacles potentially reaching out to you on the ground level and making sure you're in the right place.
Mal had said for us to stay over by the cart.
Yeah. Dang it, I should have done this sooner. Oh.
Ooh, actually, no matter what when this triggers, Sphinx, I need another caster level check from you. D20 plus your caster level. Ooh. Yeah. You both rolled the same die number.
Plus 7 totally is a better modifier than whatever this has. Like, plus 7's huge. Plus 7's huge.
Keep dreaming that dream.
We're good, guys.
Yep, I'm totally done. That's it. Well, it's been a good run. Guess I'll play a Dryad character next. I don't really think I've got anything that can help from over here.
Okay. You
That's
don't
the one
necessarily
thing I
have
was
to do
thinking of
something
as
at
a
the
touch
moment.
spell. So,
I very specifically would have told you things, just keep your eyes peeled. Like, I'm just trying to get an organism, and I think there's things around. That's what I basically relayed.
Stuff's about to happen, and we'll see what
Of course
stuff
it
is
is.
about to happen in this round in a couple of minutes. because we should take a short break.
All right, Steve's
Let's
got
see
to.
where this develops.
Steve's got to write up the stats. I've done this. I've done this.
No, I have all the stats. I have to pee like crazy, and the last thing I want to do is be in the thick of this and feel like I'm about to explode. So we'll be back in a moment.
Sounds good.